Out in the back 40, actually glazing a window today, replacing a broken window, and treating some leafcutter ants that are actually beneficial, but when they get a little overzealous, I knock them back. While I'm doing these other chores, I'm actually creating some biochar from this wood that I got for free from a friend. It's live oak. It was removed to build a pool. And basically just let these things burn down. If I build a bigger fire later in the day, and then the ashes kind of cover it up down in here, and then in the morning I'll shovel it out like I did this morning, and then shovel this all into here. This pan has holes in the bottom of it, so I'm able to kind of rinse it off and see what I got. And that's a really good haul from a couple of days worth of burning. And then as you'll see in the beds here, this is where all the magic happens when you mix the biochar with the compost and into the soil. I'll mix it in throughout the season. The biochar has awesome qualities to it that allow microbes to kind of take hold. It absorbs water and stores it. There's just so many beneficial things. It purifies things. It takes out toxins in the soil, just like it does in you could literally eat some of this if you're sick and use it in a similar way that charcoal filtered water works. Like when you have a Berkey, it's a charcoal filter, and that's kind of the first line of defense against filtering water and bacteria and everything out of water. So anyway, just constantly making biochar. All the beds have quite a bit of biochar in them. I've been building the soil in these beds for several years. We just put a layer of compost on top of it, but if we dig down into it, you'll see, actually it's pretty deep, but this is where the magic is, where the and it smell, you can definitely smell the organic matter and kind of the life that's in it. In a compost pile, when you smell it, sometimes after it's hot, it doesn't really smell at all. But after you get them into the beds and you start building the soil in here, you can smell it. You can smell the microbes. You can smell the life. It's just this really nice, nutty, woodsy scent that it's hard to describe or replicate. But this is some really nice stuff here. This is some great soil to work with for the plants. And as you can see, I don't even fertilize these beds. They basically have just produced the last few years after building the soil for a few years. And sometimes I'll add eggshells for calcium, or just green matter and compost, and it's kind of a self-fulfilling system. It's a closed loop system. That's what I've set out to design here, and it's working. It's very productive, and biochar is a big part of that. It certainly seems to be contributing to the energy and even the taste of these broccoli leaves. And the broccoli is sweet and just makes the sugars in the soil jump out, and it's charged, dynamic. It's really good stuff. 2444 Green Road, Carpe Diem.